Welcome to the International Scientific Symposium on Fundamental Life Science Meets Climate, Environment and Sustainability, New Bridges, New Partnerships and New Opportunities. We're really excited to have you back with us after the summit yesterday. And without further ado, I'd like to invite Claire Giry from the Ministry of Education, Higher Education, Science and Innovation to open our symposium.
Thank you very much. Mesdames et messieurs, dear participants, I'm very happy to welcome you here in the Auditorium Bettencourt. It's a place really of modernity, really contrasting from the historical place of the Institut de France yesterday. But it's a contrast, but it's very interesting to have these two locations for a same group of events, because they share a common vision, a common ambition for, and common deep respect for science and for its place for the society. The Human Frontier Science Program Organization has been established following the 1987 Venice G7 summit, driven in particular by the Japanese Prime Minister Nagata. France has strongly supported this unique international organization from the very beginning and is happy to continue to do so together with the other funders. Since then, key topics, in particular in biology, have been addressed by this program. New international collaborations have been enhanced, and young researchers have been encouraged through specific grants. Nowadays, HFSP's mission to support excellence, international and interdisciplinary basic science, life science becomes particularly relevant in addressing the global challenges the world is facing. Yesterday, science policymakers and scientists met during the high-level science summit on fundamental life sciences meets climate, environment and sustainability, which is also today's topic. And it's resulted in a series of key messages, to a large extent aligned with the HFSP values. First, the emergence of new technologies, including but not limited to the digital revolution, raised the opportunity to generate massive and interoperable data, enabling multimodal and cross-disciplinary exploitation of this data. Second, research infrastructures as enablers, providing research communities at national and international multinational levels with an easy access to leading-edge technologies, even for researchers from other disciplines. Third, raising awareness among the basic researchers communities on the global challenges faced by our societies across the world should give researchers a broader picture and also help them to contribute to develop bricks of fundamental knowledge that could later on be integrated as part of the solution for those grand challenges. Four, funding schemes should be allocated to early researchers programs, considering their potential contribution and will to address at a later step relevant global challenges. 5, the evaluation procedures should further consider the diversity and the representation of minorities for a broader coverage of societal challenges. And 6, international cooperation, of course, appears a key success factor to unlock latent scientific potential through cross-border cooperation and mobility of researchers. Today's symposium is an international effort to build those needed bridges between basic life science and environmental science communities. And we need solutions, and basic life sciences have the potential to accelerate this sustainability transition. Fundamental research offers unlimited opportunities to tackle the challenges of a sustainable transformation, but the research landscape is still patchy. We need to develop consistent methodologies to connect various approaches. Interdisciplinary approaches, of course, are essential, but what is currently really still missing is a holistic and integrative approach. Scientific communities are still often divided in addressing these challenges. This is also due it's also true, of basic life sciences. In this field, it's also true, because it has not been so connected to the main discourse supporting sustainability transformations, as those conversations have traditionally been the domain of environmental and sustainability science. By promoting high-quality, high-risk, international and interdisciplinary basic research, Today's symposium, therefore, allows all the scientific communities to dialogue and to cooperate in tackling those major challenges: climate change, health, ocean, biodiversity, food security, societal transformation. So I'm convinced that today's symposium, with its very high-level speeches, will be very inspiring for those very urgent societal needs. I thank you very much for your attention and wish you a very good symposium. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to invite HFSPO President Shigekazu Nagata now to address the symposium. Thank you, Shige.
So, good morning, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the International Human Frontier Science Program Organization, I welcome you to the International Science Symposium. I sincerely thank the French government, French Académie of Science, and many other organizations for their support in making this event possible. Yesterday, we had the Science Summit where policymakers, funding agencies, and scientists got together and had a fruitful discussion. We are engaged bridging the basic science and environmental science to foster a suitable, sustainable future. Human Frontier Science Program Organization has supported international and interdisciplinary research collaboration in life science. In this symposium, we want to enhance a similar collaboration between the scientists working on life science and environmental science. I hope this symposium will be fruitful for all of you. Once again, I thank all of you for coming here. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'd now like to invite Alain Fischer, President of the Academy of Sciences, to address our symposium. Alain, please.
Good morning, dear colleagues. On behalf of the French Academy of Science, I'm pleased and proud to welcome you to this International Scientific Symposium. Allow me to briefly go back to yesterday's high summit held under the coupole of the Institut de France. It was a particularly enriching afternoon, although a little bit busy, I have to admit. Many of the scientific subjects that will be discussed in detail during this symposium were presented. This augurs well for the exciting scientific session over the next 2 days. I must say I also enjoyed the insight on the history and philosophy of the Human Frontier Science Program. Hirofumi Nakasone and Shige Nagata pointed out the initial mission and vision of HFSP, and even if the program was launched in 1987 by the Japanese government with Japanese funding, it was not meant to profit Japanese interests, but was intended to be an investment for humanity. The French Academy of Sciences strongly shares this approach. This symposium is not only a celebration of knowledge and discovery, but also serves as a reminder of the profound importance of fundamental science and basic research in shaping our future scientific and societal endeavors. Allow me to add one thing, the notion of academic freedom. Freedom of movement as maintaining international collaboration has always been a common and recognized practice of scientists, as well as an essential engine of discovery and advancement of knowledge. But also freedom to define research questions and employing sound scientific research methods to challenge conventional wisdom and to propose new ideas and theories. The importance of these topics was recently reiterated in the Marseille Declaration published by the European Union countries. The Academy of Sciences actively participated in this drafting process. So thank you for your attention, and may this symposium be a resounding success. Thank you.
Thank you, Alain Fischer. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. I now like to invite Luc Allemand, Secretary General of the International Year of Basic Science for Sustainable Development, to introduce the symposium. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of the Steering Committee of the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development, that has been promulgated by the United Nations General Assembly and placed under the auspices of UNESCO, I particularly welcome this scientific symposium that follows the high-level summit of yesterday. The 2030 Agenda is an ambitious program to ensure balanced, sustainable, and inclusive development of the planet. In this very context, the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development is motivated by two main lines of action. Mobilizing scientists so that they fully engage their skills, talents, and energies for this agenda, even though they are developing basic sciences. The second is mobilizing citizens and policymakers so that they continue and even develop their support to basic sciences as a crucial way to reach, in a not too far future, we hope, a more sustainable development. So the International Year will close in 6 months with a ceremony at CERN, 15 December 2023. We must already now think about what will come next. That's where the lapsus comes from. Currently, the representative of several member states at the United Nations General Assembly are discussing the content of a resolution that would promulgate an international decade of sciences for sustainability. And the steering committee of the International Year, as well as over 100 national science academies, learned societies, scientific networks, support this initiative. So what could be the goals of a decade? It still has to be decided, but from what I heard yesterday, and I think we will discuss again today, I would like to give some indications about the kind of actions that should be in the program, and no hierarchy intended in the order. So funding programs for basic interdisciplinary research to fill knowledge gaps identified from SDGs. Engage a real dialogue with research and scientific agendas everywhere in the world in a cooperative way that respects the need of the population and the countries. And also contribute to the discussions that prepare already the United Nations program that will succeed the 2030 Agenda and stand for the role of science in this new program. So we need to build a program that for the next decade that has precise goals and definite ways of implementation. And that is why I strongly believe that the discussions that we will have here in the next 2 days are so important. So again, on behalf of the steering committee of the International Year, I thank you all for being here. Thank you for your attention.